Damn it. I always forget that when I mute myself. Okay, so on the right side, in blue, Mr. Lossa. On the left side, in red, Mr. Swallowing Pixy. So, yeah. Okay, here we go. Sorry guys. Thanks for the heads up. Always annoying when that happens. So, yeah, we have rifles. I don't know who's favorite here. Really interesting matchup, really interesting map. Really enjoy Harashaya. Let's give a quick repeat about what I was mumbling about the last 5 minutes to myself. Yeah, the Flamers for the forest. That's where you usually have the first engagement on this map. And then in town, I really like it because all infantry units can be useful. The long range ones over here, the direct ones from building to building. Yeah, south usually is a bit more of a standoff, so one side rushes in. Don't know who's favorite here between those two divisions because we haven't seen the matchup too often just yet. I guess it's. I guess the third Canadian can use their Shermans pretty effectively here, because Tyrants and Pollies should not be super good against Shermans. Stuarts, on the other hand, might lose against Tyrants. Not 100% sure about that matchup. Same goes for stack counts, well, and Humbers. Like, I don't like Humbers against it. Stack counts should be fine. Not great, but fine. I don't think there's a better, like, the flags, this flag is a bit weird, but on the other hand you have really good line of sight. I don't think there's a real better side on this map. Some people will tell you differently, but I think it's one of the more balanced maps. Like, it's not because of all the maps not being 100% symmetrically, there's always a better side, but it's not like really game changing on this map, I think. Harashari is one of my favorites. I think some people ban it though, that's why I don't see it. Like, some people really dislike this map. For example, Tarsh right now really hates this map. I mean, he's playing this season, but yeah. And there's also some others I remember not liking it. Don't know if it was Erse or Fruitlord, one of those two. Really disliked it. Stormtroopers in the south, abusing that the Hujaroks come in the slow transport. The Stormtroopers get into the forest, but there's 4 Flamers here as well, so yeah, all Flamers on the map, 1 over here, 4 over here, 4 in the south. Stormtroopers here? No, normal rifles. Getting into position, white trucks. The 40M is a real good AT gun. Really have to be careful against that with all your units, infantry and tanks. It's a bit like, I think the Polish AT gun is even better because of the higher fire rate, but it's a really good AT gun still. Does a similar job. Oof, this Tyran does want to get out of there, I think. I want to engage a Sherman on full range. Gets a bounce, but yeah, doesn't get hit yet. As soon as the Sherman hits, yeah, third stack. One more Sherman, one more Stuart coming in the north. Let's see how the Stormtroopers versus Flamer engagement goes up in the north. They get pushed back. Humber's not yet in there. Coming up now, but there's on the other side the Tyrants. Ooh, 6-pounder could be good, but it's too close, I think. So it might kill 1 Tyran, it might even kill 2 Tyran, but it should die against the last one. So the Humbers might need to come in to help out. Oof, and this M40M is also in a bad position. The Stormtroopers in the south though get pushed back. Yeah, the Tyrants win against the Humbers, so the Humbers have to be careful. Lemmer's moving back as well. Yeah, Humber's getting engaged here. First one down, and the fire rate of the Trans and Taldies is just... I don't know if it's the same for the Taldies. Are Taldies doing a crit with the same gun? Oh no, they actually have a... No wait, what? They have, yeah, 17 rounds per minute. Same gun, right? Yep, it's the same gun. 17 rounds per minute on an AT gun is just crazy. They get accurate so fast. Oof, Duran doesn't want to get side-shotted there. Holdy coming back in. Sherman's now and Stewart on the way, and that should be able to deal with it. But he has to be careful to not lose all his infantry before those arrive. M40 gets 40M gets dealt with. More Turans and Holdy's arriving. The Shermans are the hard counter, and there's one more Sherman coming up. Really have to be careful with the Shermans. Your infantry is more like winning all the fights with the Lovash against the Canadian rifles. Canadian rifles are good, like cheap infantry, but they don't deal well with enemies' infantry. Ooh, Stackhound gets the kill on the Turan over there. Gets the gun jump, but gets out alive. So it was worth it. And yeah, with the Stewart and the Sherman coming in, the Turans and Tallies over here have a tough time as well. Sherman's getting beaten as well. The Hujarks should be careful. Humber coming back in again. Stewart fires first, gets the shot, gets the kill. 3-star Stewarts are good. Partner gets back out alive as well, and yeah, there's so many forces now in the north for following Pixy. And so far he's winning the town fight as well. So we really have to see how this works out, but yeah, okay. Give me a second guys, I will... we'll change the video settings real fast. Tried to something out, but it's still lagging too hard. So we'll return to how we do it usually. It's a shame. But yeah, streaming does bring my PC a bit to the limit, I guess. And yeah, the Shermans are so hard to... Like, those are already heavy tanks from the lowest perspective, and yeah, dealing with them is just so hard. Like with with actual heavy tanks you can deal with because they are not too numerous, and then you have your big game hunters as Lovash that can deal with them, or do you just pin them down or so, or just ignore them and go for somewhere else. But Shermans will be everywhere, and yeah, they deal so effectively against everything Lovash throws at them. So that really, Lossa has to really focus on winning the infantry engagements, and maybe just try to get out of the way of the Shermans, because otherwise it ends like this. With Haldy being killed off here. Two more Turans coming up with Jarok. So 13-11 though, and we're in for a balanced game, so there's still a lot of stuff in both decks most likely. So I guess B will be the most deciding factor here, and then if B does go on par, we will have an interesting C phase. Otherwise it will be like maybe a C phase of someone trying to crawl back into the game. The other side most likely denying it. Fuck a wolf coming in. Yeah, the Poldy going down. Jarok's over here have to be careful as well, one falling back. They actually killed the Sherman. Yeah, the Sherman in the north is dead. Or something killed the Sherman, might have also been the 40M. But there's still Stewart and the Humber Mark 3, and you don't want to have a direct engagement with these either. And also the Hujaroks ain't perfect. Like, you don't want to have them in forests. They're great for town fights or like light forest fights, but deep forest is not where they excel in. Neither do rifles, but rifles are still good. And he also has stormtroopers and stuff. And the rifles are just so much cheaper. But more 40Ms coming up. I feel like he does not use them well enough. Now there's 2 Shermans and 2 Stuarts. No, it's 3 Shermans and 1 Stuart. So this town will be really hard to deal with for Mr. Lossa. I wish he would not keep on throwing units in there. This is a 40M in the north as well. So he gets really thinned out here. Getting low on numbers everywhere. And yeah, bringing in Turans again, that's not how you use Turans. You either use them in masses to push somewhere, or like having them as a backup tank to flank enemies. Gets cool on the stack out at least. In the south he still looks fine, but yeah, the middle and the north ain't going super great for him here. Has to be careful as another Sherman opens up fire onto the Hujarok. Hujar's over here also in problem. And it's having the problem that they can't find a position where the tank cannot fire upon them. Yeah, 40Ms on long range. Like even with the heat shell, they're actually not firing the heat shell. They're firing the AP shell, yeah. Doesn't say that the heat shell is turned off, but it seems to be. Maybe that's a bug. Okay, this one is firing its heat shell. Or it says it doesn't need to fire heat shell, but though it should. But yeah, the 40Ms with the normal round don't penetrate. Because it's the same gun that's in Drain, and they just don't stand a chance against Shermans. Yeah, you should use something else, like Pack 40s, your Hetzers, your air power, or just ignore them and go for infantry, but throwing Trans at them is not the way to deal with them, I think. Or 40Ms. Like, and especially in the middle, AT guns have a rough time anyways. Like, usually you have them, like, yeah, here, around the perimeter, up here, up here, up here. And then you have tanks in the town. Now there's a Hetzer coming up. And those are good against Shermans if you bring them in the right spot. Guess you didn't hit them in A. But yeah. We actually killed 1 Sherman off here. Yeah, he killed 1 Sherman and Stuart off. So at least he has that going for him. Lost his artillery gun in the north though. And another Sherman is coming up. Brings in another one. Another infantry gun. Humber gets killed off. Stuarts have to be careful against the 40M as well. Bofors coming in. And a lot of rifles. Another 40M. For the forest over here. So yeah, he really has a lot of them out by now. I think he doesn't have any of them on, like nearly any. I think he has nearly all of them out now, by now. There shouldn't be many left. 40mm AA gun. So both sides setting up AA as well. And yeah, I like Pixy's position. I don't think you ever want to use Humbers against Lovash, but you maybe forgot about it. Have his match up there. The Stuarts with 2 stars seem to be doing super fine. And yeah, he's just taking, like infantry wise, engagement wise, he doesn't take too many. And then the ones he takes with a decisive numbers advantage, and then he wins it. Which I think is the right choice against Lovash, because Lovash just outclasses you so heavily in the infantry department. Hujaroks are just really, really strong. Those FEG 31Ms are great guns. They're one of the best rifles in the game, if not the best rifle in the game. I don't think they're the best rifle, but yeah, they're one of the best, and if you get 13 of them, your infantry is real strong in the mid-range department. So yeah, the north destroyed and the Shermans pushing back the infantry over there, but it's still no flag captured there. The rifles get in town though. They win against the Flamer. I wonder, did they got in? They should have. Didn't win that on their own, did they? They shouldn't, at least. Against Flamers and buildings, rifles shouldn't win usually. But yeah, they get a flag over there, so it's a 14-10 now for Pixy. He needs just one more flag for a double tick rate. And Lossa is setting up for a push in the south, it seems like. But there's 2 Shermans by now here, so he has to be careful. Has a Yak Panzer now out as well, to I guess secure this flag. Not 100% sure about the positioning. Yeah, one more rifle in the north. Still capturing the flag over here. Any important reinforcement here? No, more rifles. Oh, another Sherman in the south. So both sides setting up for a bigger push in the south. Realizing that this is the flank where no big engagement has happened yet. Where you could start another one. And not knowing that the other guy is doing exactly the same. I think Pixy could easily push the north, but yeah, it's always hard to know what is in these areas, and you could run into an ambush real easy. If like half of these units or more would be in the north. And he doesn't know about these units, so real hard for him to predict where to attack. But yeah, as soon as he realizes that there are so many units in the south, he should also realize that he has an opportunity in the north. Though it's slowly but surely fading, because Lossa is bringing in units here as well. Now that the heads are on the map. So what is here? That's okay. You don't see that. Okay, that's a 76.5mm gun. I don't know the Lovash artillery. And here finally comes what is one of the best tools in Lovash stack. Wolf 189 A1 Aufklärer 1, I think. And like after version, it's here for spotting and then giving artillery the get-go for a nice, sweet artillery off-map barrage. When Pixy actually, no, he moves them away. Okay, so he keeps them out of view. So this off-map barrage shouldn't do too much. But these rifles are unimportant anyways. But the Shermans are not in it. So if Lossa pushes after this one, he has to be careful. You don't want to push it directly into this. I don't think it's a sys gun. No, I think the sys are 0.6. 76 points. No, 76 is just. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think it's a sys gun though. I think it's a Hungarian one. Or yeah, don't know. Like maybe an old Austrian-Hungarian gun with FK, Voltkanone, MO5. Don't know if it's the year, if it's Model 5, or if it's like year 05, 1905. You'll have to see. So yeah, the off-map hits one Sherman. Oh, actually hits 2 Shermans. Kills one. Oof, that's a big one. So this off-map barrage was already worth it. Yeah, now the push can begin. Only 1 Sherman left. Bit pinned already. Yeah, Hujarox will deal with rifles pretty easily here. Cluster has a 40M. And a cluster bomber. So good setup here for Lossa. Good engagement here. Gets the flag back up in the north as well. And this game might become an attritional fight now, guys. Oof, but as I said, though, soloing Pixie has the perfect off map. Like, yeah, this guy might be pinned down as well, even though he's not directly in the circle, so he will not die, but with hits here he will get suppression damage, so this might be the perfect off map here. And it's 381mm, so this one will hurt real bad. It's the the good old Queen Elizabeth? Yeah, I think it's Queen Elizabeth firing into the steps of Russia. And here goes the off map. Solving Pixie a bit slow on the reaction. There's still this rocks over here. It doesn't react in the north. And it actually didn't pin too much, and it actually didn't kill too much. Interesting. Well, this off map was surprisingly ineffective. Because it all hit like on the open field over here. Solving Pixie moving in a lot of stuff into the south. A lot of stuff. I guess with 140 points you can afford 7 rifles easily. Like that's 1 minute of income there. But Wolf has to get the off map off. Yeah, okay. Gets it out. Hopefully gets out up here as well. We'll see. That's just one Bofors, so that shouldn't be enough. But yeah, this is old. Yeah, these are old Austrian-Hungary guns. These are really old guns. These are for sure not Russian versions. Another off map now from Pixie over here. That yeah, and if it's fair game, now this one hits home. But yeah, it's still a lot of open ground that it could hit. Here, still could hit here again. We'll have to see. But yeah, Solving not falling up last time was a mistake, I think. And this off map hits home for sure again. All units falling back. Even the new ones arriving. But he still cannot kill the Sherman. Which is a bit of a shame here. More Terrans coming up. 2 Yak Panzers in the north. Yeah, this off map this time killed the tank. Killed the anti-tank gun. Still Pixie a bit reluctant in pushing in here. But now he starts moving for Stuart. He has another Sherman in the south, so these Terrans have to be careful. 2 more Jagdpanzer 38Ts coming in. I would like to see something in the town again from Mr. Lossa, because otherwise he will lose this town completely. And if you lose this, like the control into the square up here, it gets real hard. With only this line of houses, getting back into town is always much harder. 6-pounder dealing with this Jagdpanzer over here. That's a big loss for Lossa. He really needs those. Brings in enough up now in the town. Brings in some bombs as well. 6 more rifles coming in here. Yeah, he's not able to push any further in the south. Rifles are just so effective in bugging down stuff. Another off map coming in this time for Pixie. M over here as well. I would like to see these artillery continue firing. Ooh. 281mm for 6 guys. That's as many rounds as there are guys in here. And yeah, that's the town fight for Lossa. I think it's not going good for him here. And yeah, at the beginning I was saying, if Lossa wins this, or gets a tie out of this series, it would be real good for him. Because that would give him a tie or victory against, like, if he ties this series, it would give him a tie against the two favorites of the game, of the division. Which would give him a real heads up with the fruit block and stuff. But on the other side, if Pixy wins against Lossa, he would have a good heads up started by Mr. Sean, because yeah, that would be 2 points more against the opponent. So if Pixy and Sean would tie, Pixy would win the group. Have a group victory, you have to play one less game. You're already in the semifinals for sure. So you're already 4th place at least, which already gives you, like, I think $15. Yeah, I think $15 or a bit more even now. The latest prize pool, and it also gives you the chance to win. Like, it makes it much easier to get to the finals. This is game 1. Oh, Lossa brought in some units in town. Yeah, I think Lossa has to trade efficiently with his infantry and keep on getting his good off map. But this game is getting real hard for him, I think. Yeah, the Shermans are doing just so good. Though he somehow always kills the Sherman. Like, they're not getting crazily out of hand numbers wise. Would like to see some Spitfires out of Pixy now to deal with the observer planes, as these off-map calls are really strong. More Jarks in the north. Yeah, the town still looks grim for Lossa though. Pixy still hasn't lost any points, so it's still a stretch for him to get there. Or I think he lost some, but yeah, not many. He never was for too long in the disadvantage point-wise. And now there's a 140mm artillery gun on the field as well. So these artillery guns over here have to be careful. As has the mortar. And the off-map, even though it didn't kill too many units over here, it destroyed all the buildings. So you cannot really put these infantry units into buildings anymore. He at least clinges onto this flag. If he kills the Sherman, he might actually be able to get this flag back as well. We'll have to see. Turan's getting caught up in the open as well again by a Sherman. Off map coming in. This Sherman has to be careful though. Ooh. You don't want to lose a Sherman to Hujaroks. Did I get the kill? No. Okay. Luck there for Pixy. Because yeah, if he would have lost the Sherman in the south, his south would have been totally screwed. This Sherman in support role for the infantry is really important. I mean, this Sherman still has a tough time against 2 Jagdplan 38Ts, but it's better than the other way around. Perhaps the flag over here for now, but this Turan is a bit of trouble fighting against the Sherman again. Really, this matchup is hell. If Lossa would have used his Turans better, I think he would be in a real good spot. The way it is at the moment, I still give it to Pixy. Another off-map call in here. That's the second time one of the Queen Elizabeth class battleships opens fire. You see it? Into the steppes of Russia. Or Belarusia. Yeah. Due to the Sherman surviving, he can continue can stop the Ujarok attack. The Ram 2 OB for the off map. And yeah, the Trends just didn't do much in this game. They feel a bit of a waste. Oof, Wolf getting killed. At least it deals with the 6-pounder though. So the Jagdpanzer 30AT ain't in danger for now. Yeah, the Hujaroks in the forest in the south got annihilated, and now a lot of rifles coming in. Another Turan. But as I said, not too big of a fan of the Turan usage out of the Lossa in this game. Double off map call in. And Pixy hasn't found a good solution to deal with this just yet. But this Huckle might go too deep. Yeah, this might be it for this. Yeah, there it goes. That was a bit too deep. And he didn't go to the second. No, he messed up. Oh no. Didn't call in the second off map. Or was the other. Wait, was this off map from this plane and he only used the other one to die? Was it the plan all along? Was it the plan? Was that the plan? To like let the first one die because it had used all its off maps anyways and then let the second one survive because of it? But the off map is not good, well placed, so it shouldn't do too much. Anyways. Because I think otherwise he would have called it in the second off map. Yeah, that would have been a real screw up if he didn't call the second off map in. I think actually that was the plan all along, to let the first one die. But I think that already used up all its off map. 2 down here, 1 or 2 down here. Wait, is it the... Do they have 3 or 4 off map called the Lovesh observer planes? They have 4, right? Or is it another one that has the 4? So yeah, Lossa, both Frenchmen, but 2 different people, 2 different playstyles for sure as well. Lossa taking the 1311 finally, but yeah, that's still 33 minutes of Pixy's time here. That he can't find a solution for this problem. Jagdpanzer 38 here is dead in the water over here. Jarok's coming in. Now the 6-pounder should be able to deal with. Huh? Yeah, okay, there it goes. 1 more Turan, 2 more Turans. Lossa really likes his Turans. I just don't like his Turans that much. Like, in this matchup. It's a bad matchup from the beginning, and he doesn't play them super great either. You also have the AA in the north though, somehow. I guess the infantry just overran it. Because Pixy was busy microing elsewhere. And yeah, this is the perfect, like, not the perfect scenario because these guys are in green cover, but this is the perfect engagement range for Hungarian infantry. This is 150 to 200, 300 meters, where your guys are the most efficient. It might be the best infantry for these ranges in the game at the moment. The south looks dangerous for Lossa, but he has the air superiority by now. And he still has the Jagdpanzer 38T here. Ooh. Okay, he micros it back. Gets a kill on the 6-pounder here. Gets a kill on the Humber. So yeah, this ain't going too bad for him. I think he might lose this flag again. He might have to fall back to over here. I should be trading efficiently on the way there. Especially if he kills this Sherman as well. This Sherman should come in too late. Yeah, okay, so it gets over the next shot. That should be the kill, yeah. And now the other Sherman comes in to die as well. Oh no, it actually kills off. It decided to go for easier targets. Kicks off a transporter. I think that was a Hujarok. Doesn't kill the leader though. Yeah, the 38T has to be careful. I don't want to get too close and comfy with the Sherman. The next Fakulv is They had, and this one didn't go to its off map up, I think. And I think it still had one left. And yeah, all the infantry gets mowed up. So both sides are really good at reacting to the pushes of the other enemy. But not as good as I would have expected, I think, in recognizing where the enemy push might come and like dealing with it preemptively with a better setup, but always good in like the counterattacks are really going back and forth. As soon as they have the composition they need, they really deal effectively with what the enemy brings in. Except they only have Turans against. Like really, the Turans I think is what Lossa really has to change the playstyle of them against divisions like the Canadians. I don't think, yeah, like the way he did it is the way you usually do it against most other divisions. Like even against the T-34, you have a chance to penetrate them with that or stun them, but against 100mm of frontal armor, it's just not a way to deal with it. Trans just don't cut it there. And neither do Hujaroks or Zoris do it in the forest fight. Maybe he doesn't have anything else left. Because these guys, like, sure they're okay, because they still have 12 FPGs, 30 Ms, but they'd rather fight on a bit longer ranges with their 3 MGs. Okay, so Living Pixy coming in with the off map. If this hits home, Pixy is in bad spot. Even the leader is up here. Don't know why he brought it in that far forward. I think I would have kept it in the forest over here. And here comes the off map. And boom. It actually doesn't hit too much. It actually didn't do any. Oh no, it's not over yet. Okay. Okay, so forced back to Yak Fencer. But Pixy is not following it up fast enough. Again, I think that's something that he could have won the game with already. We would have used the off map for better follow-ups. Could have pushed Lossa for sure out of this town already. And now it's Lossa on the 14. Oh no, now it's 13-11. It was on the 14-10 there for a second. Yeah, the rifles aren't good CQC infantry either. That seems like they're the only thing Pixy brought around here for the late game. Wolf coming in for the bombing run. And yeah, both sides really playing a good game with a lot of attrition. So the numbers of the units on the field, I think, never really got much above 1,000 points of value for either side. Like, I would like to see a graph of how much army value was on the board at any given time. I think it is pretty stagnant, like with some gaps and like some rises and falls for either side, depending on the pushes and stuff, but overall it should be around 1,000 points all the time. Both sides really giving a good back and forth here. Another push into the forest in the north. But yeah, I guess Hujaroks are still a good choice for the forest if you only fight rifles. Expected there to be a card of Storm Pioneers, and then those Hujaroks would have been the wrong choice. But against rifles, I guess they're a fine choice. So might have to take back my evaluation of it from earlier. But there's just so many rifles. So the Hujaroks cannot keep up with that, I think. More coming in over here. The Sherman number goes down pretty significantly. The one in the south now dies as well, so it's just this one and the two in the north, which is really good for Lossa. The less Shermans there on the map, the better it is for Lossa. And it seems like he gets a grindy, like, I think his chances of victory are rising at the moment. As the off-map of Solving Pixie just didn't hits home. I think it's a bit unlucky, and then also a bit about the follow-ups he does. And then yeah, the infantry fight, rifle just don't win. Needs a bit better combined arms here. Wonder why it doesn't bring in more artillery guns. Yeah, this game kind of looks like the grindy victory Lossa had against Sean as well, which was an hour-long game, I think. So it might come to this here again. Rand's engaging. Let's see if this off map this time hits home. At least killing off the leader and the AT guns would be nice. But yeah, I think Lossa wins the town fight now, and he's up to 59. Still holds the south. Off map again, not doing perfectly. And yeah, not hitting everything. And only rifles will not get you the victory here. 2 more Shermans coming in. Shermans in the north together with a 6-pounder. That might kill the Jagdpanzer. And then he might be able to get into here. If he kills the Jagdpanzer, that is. That's really up to how much penetration has the normal AP shell. 115, so that can penetrate the Jagdpanzer as well. Okay, he only forces it back, and there's the air superiority for Lossa. Where are the Spitfires? Haven't seen a single fight out of Pixy yet, which is a curious choice of playstyle as well. Don't like think he has a solid AA setup, but doesn't get in. He could get like quite a bit more kills if he would have just brought in 1 or 2 Spitfires, and they're not too expensive. Last APCR shell. Doesn't get the kill either. Okay, so now the chances of killing the Jagdpanzer ain't too high. And there's a good setup now with another Jagdpanzer following up. Huzaroks coming in. Even more Huzaroks being called in. Guess that's on counter battery? Yeah, okay. And we're at the 1410, 59. 11 minutes. In this tick rate. 22 on this one. But yeah. It's a big grind. But yeah, rifles don't kill stuff, so you have to have other ways of killing things. Like the Shermans or the artillery. But the combined arms part of Pixie's army is slowly but surely falling apart. And the 38Ts, he's really not doing too well against. Lost enough. No, he brought in the other Sherman over here. Those 38T, this one especially, I think this one killed already 4 Shermans. This might be kill number 5. Have to have a look afterwards for Gaggly. Say. Ida. Yeah, so we have to have a look afterwards. Yeah, giving the air superiority so easily to Lossa is also something. Like, you know, Lossa didn't have to fear any retaliation for his airplay just yet. Kills off another Sherman over here. Don't think that was the one that was. I think he killed 2 of just now. Yeah, he killed 2 of just now. I think one was called in and the other one was killed by the Jagdpanzer before. JU-87 got the kill. So that's not losses. Pixie cannot take anymore. This is another Sherman over here, and he really needs those. And he doesn't have endless numbers of them. Like, I'm surprised he actually could bring in 2 more, so 1 stars in here. I think he's really. He should be out of Shermans by now. Or maybe like have 1 or 2 left. Yeah, the air and the Jagdpanzer 38Ts were the key units for victory for Lossa here. Like, and his infantry, like, yeah, because he didn't have to worry about infantry too much, because his Huzaroks are just dealing so efficiently with rifles. And Pixie's off map is also something that won Lossa the game. Pixie's off map just was, when it was on target, it was just unlucky, and often it was just not on target. Yeah, now he brings in Humbers. But Humbers will not win him the game. Why not more artillery? Why not play? Like, doesn't he have any fighters in his deck? I'm really interested to see how Pixie's deck looks like, because he doesn't bring in any anti-air units here. There's only one 40mm here, so sure, it pins your planes at some point, but it's not a big deterrent. And getting bombed all the time loses you the game at some point when you're playing balance. Like the composition Pixie plays is more of a Vanguard composition. There you go for the push. But he doesn't have the Vanguard income, so he never had the point advantage he needed to finally push home. He could have, like, if he would have pushed in the middle, I guess he still could have won the game there, just by forcing Lossa into getting overly aggressive elsewhere, or trying to get back in there and killing him off this way. But yeah, the airplay out of Lossa is just so good. Yeah, you need some Bofors guns, and then, like, yeah, off map, and then rifles with leaders, and then brings in some Humbers for dealing with the infantry, some Shermans for the 2 Rans, and then, yeah, watch out for the Yak Panzers. But my hero got killed here, I think. Yeah, but we will have a look on him later. See the KD of Lossa's deck. Nice bombing run over here again. And yeah, one Bofors doesn't cut it. One Bofors plus a fighter would have easily killed this JU. Oh, he actually kills it. Okay, that's important. But I think it's coming in too late. I think, at the moment, Lossa has the overall advantage, I think, on the board when it comes to units. Good off map. But there's just too little units, I think, to follow it up. I'm not sure though. Loses to Sherman again. 6-pounder engaging the Yak Panzer over here. Yep. Knocks out the shooter. Loses more Humbers over here. Kills the Tyrann at least. But yeah, the Yak Panzer 38Ts are nasty. I think he took out all the Fireflies out of the 3rd Canadian deck, because, like, either he never had them, or he takes them out against when he realized he played against Lovash, because against Lovash you usually don't need them. Because there's, yeah, against the Yak Panzer 38Ts, 6-pounders should be enough, or just, like, enough Shermans to flank them, or just overwhelm them. But he never played a good way against the 38Ts. Like, he nearly played against the 38Ts the way Lossa played with his 2 Rans against the Shermans in the beginning. Just trying to engage them frontally, which never works out. This JU should get out. Maybe gets crit 3 times in a row. No, doesn't. So yeah, gets out of here. At least 1 crit. So no, it's not even trailing text mode. Yeah, the assault over here gets pushed back as well. Well, the Bofors already, most of them died, I think, Sehander. I think most of the AA already, I don't think he has much AA left in his deck, but he could have just used his fighters. Like, Lossa's off-map was really good in dealing with the AA, and he killed off 1 in the north as well. I think he killed off 2s in the south. Oh, he actually has Fireflies! What? But why, Pixie? Why only ping them in now? Okay, I don't understand. This might kill the next Bofors. Should kill... No, oh, he's out of ammo. Oh no. Yeah, it would actually have killed this plane. But it's out of ammo. And yeah, no artillery. It's a weird choice. Another off-map coming in for him as well. But this off-map might be deadly. It's back to a 12-12 actually, guys. Firefly coming in. But yeah, why didn't he bring in Fireflies earlier? I don't really understand. Like, if you bring in Fireflies first, you'll react to the ATs and then bring in the mass German spam. That's much more effectively. Much more efficient. This one actually might die. Yeah, gets another crit here. When you're around, so you have to reload. Okay, still keeps on firing though. Might get the kill. Let's see how the last shots arriving land. No, doesn't get the kill, but this one is badly damaged. But yeah, if it was Spitfire, it would have died. And now Pixy has to die. On a 12-12? Or 13-11, it's still 40 minutes. You still have time to invest into planes. And I don't know what else you want to invest into, because I think your deck otherwise is pretty empty. Did Pixy forgot his air tab completely? Like, and haven't seen a plane out of him yet. Did he just don't have any planes in his deck? That would be like a weird choice. Like, not having more than 2 cards maybe in your deck, okay, but taking at least the 1 cost cards in your deck should be fine. Because yeah, we haven't seen a single plane out of Pixy. No, he already used quite a lot of off-map. I think it's not 10 more. I think he already used like... I think he has like 5 or 6 more maybe. But yeah, still enough to get to 30 minutes home. And especially with all the bombers he has as well. Which is why I'm wondering why there's no fighters at all. Because Lover's fighters ain't too strong either. Like, you can't deal with them. Well, no, actually they get MEs, right? Or am I confusing them with turtlenecks? Like, the normal fighters are not fuckable. Are they? Might be wrong there. Not playing too much Lovers. Now, another... Okay. I'm really confused by Pixie's choice of units. Not bringing in the Firefly earlier? Like, he's still working out. But, yeah. Okay, Firefly aims first. His first shot. Ooh, don't hit. No! Oh, that's sad. But yeah, the Fireflies are the right choice. Ooh. They're killed over here. By what, actually? By the AA? I don't know. So now that's the first plane we see. Pixie finally found his air... So he has an air tab. He finally found it as well. Who's this fuckable? No, both going for the bombing run. Okay. The bombing run directly next to each other. This one didn't get its bombs off though, and gets killed by the Bofors. The one AA without stars. But yeah. AA is good, guys. AA is a tick too good. At the moment, in this patch. Like, yeah. I remember the days when fighters were the supreme leaders of Steel Division 2. So, yeah. Hopefully, Eugen will find the perfect balance between fighters and, like, planes and AA. Don't want to have Steel Division only 44 days back where air was just so superior. But also don't want to get away a bit from the AA meta, where a single AA gun just kills everything that comes into it. Like every fighter, every bomber has to be careful as well. Like if this would be a single 2 or 3 star one, okay, sure. But a single 1 star one, killing your Fucker Wolf even before it's on its way back, that's dangerous. Ooh, Lossa investing into his artillery park, bringing in 2 149mm off maps. Yeah, it's super hard to balance. Like I mean, I'm in strike team, so it's not like you never doesn't try to fix it. Like they're not like you don't think it's a problem, but balancing AA versus air in both in Steel Division 44 and Steel Division 2 is such a hard topic. It's so hard to do. In VS, like in Steel Division 44, yeah, it was so weird. Like one balance patch, and everything was changed. And there's 2 more maps. There's 2 more bombing runs. And it's like, yeah, airplay still is good if you use it correctly and get the numbers. Another plane here went down though. Like AA is not super broken at the moment, but it's a bit too strong. Not too much, but a bit. Another plane went down? No, I think it just teleported out of existence, warped into another dimension. Another Firefly coming in. Off map here, dealing with the artillery park of Mr. Pixy. Counter battery coming in. That's just oof. Adds a lot of big shells there. These 5 guns. 2 more guns coming in, so that's 7 guns. So yeah. I think Pixy is dying here slowly. Seeing a slow death animation of Pixy in this game. Because he still has his mid-game composition here on the field. Off map, Sherman's rifles. While Pixy has a late game composition of good AA setup, good artillery setup, good air tab, and yeah, some mix of infantry and tanks on the board. Ooh. Poor Fireflies. Yeah, these 38Ts, man. These 38Ts are such carries. Sherman 3 over here. That was bad, guys. That was really, really bad. That's a lot of bad tanks over here. Pixie setting up for another run in the north. I don't know if he has another off map here. I don't think so. That would be good if he has one more off map, he should be able to capture his flag. But yeah, not having a solution for this air run should break his back at some point. No, didn't resupply the Bofors over here. This one gets bombed now. Yeah, this one gets bombed badly. This one should be dead. Not quite, but the one over here dies. And still no fighters. Still no fighters. One plane might go down. Yeah, JU with the crew panic. No, another Bofors. Yeah, it actually has enough AA. Okay. Yeah. Weird choices by Pixie. In the mid game. In his unit's composition. And then yeah, the 38Ts and the off maps doing real good for Lossa. He was a bit lucky not losing earlier, but now I think he's playing the better style here. He's playing a real good style. These 2 should go down, but that might be the last 2 off maps anyways. At least one of them should go down. Another plane going down over here. What was that? That was another. Yeah, that was another Focke-Wulf 189. And the Spitfire going down as well. There's 2 Nimrods on the field now. Yeah, you can't push into this anymore. With a Nimrod with Hujarok, endless Hujarok numbers. Lossa now could just turn this on instead of. Yeah, I think he still hits them all on counter battery. At least put half of them on fire at will. And then they will just obliterate Pixie's front line over time. And you only have to hold for 6 more minutes. The advantage here. So I think we see Lossa actually winning here. And if he wins the series, his chance, like, he's really good, on a really, really good way to getting out of this group. And yeah, if it might actually be able to get first place then, depending on Sean's results. Like, with a win, he keeps his chances for first place up, and his chances for getting out of the group get real good. But already the tie against Pixy would be a real good way for Lossa here. Yeah, Pixy has to win against Sean for having a chance on first place. Which I think is the last game Sean still has to play in Group A. Or, yeah, he played ZZ, he played Lord, he played Lossa. And I'm missing someone. Pixy, and one more guy. Forgot who's guy number 6 in Group A. Ah, Charles. Okay, he hasn't played Charles, but he will actually maybe play Charles this weekend. Because Charles will try to get his internet back online this weekend. They didn't told me when. Might be, I think it's tomorrow, not today. But yeah, Pixy is losing this game, guys. I want to see a option for him. Ooh, actually kills the Nimrod here, but without, yeah, killing in 3 Fireflies don't solve your problem of getting bombed into obliteration. And yeah, would really like to see Lossa turning on some of this artillery to actually do artillery job, because there's nothing to counter battery here anyways. Yeah, I like Pixie's micro usually. I need, like, his small engagement tactics are real good, and you were able to see that in the early game here. But his understanding of the late game seems to be a bit off. Which I think also was what lost Coronavirus their games against in the 3v2 tournament. Like the early game in B phase always looked great, but in C phase they always struggled. And it's the same here. Like Spitfires with bombs, mate. They don't do enough. You have the Nimrod. The actual. Okay, I think the Firefly finally killed up. Yeah. Okay, so the last headset down here died. There shouldn't be another one. Nimrods are just such monsters. Nimrod and the full force. No way your Spitfire survives that. This Firefly has to be careful. It brings it back to a 12-12 actually. But yeah, without fighters, he will just be bombed to obliteration in the end. Tries to get up here. Killed all the. So I think all 38 Ts? No, one more in the middle. Okay, that's the last of its kind. And there it is, back to 13-11, 3 minutes, as the flag down here goes down. Firefly has to be careful. There's no infantry, I guess, and I think he's running out of rifles. Yeah, his rifle play in C wasn't perfect either, he just played too much human wave. And yeah, he's, I think, pretty much sure he's out of rifles. He might be actually out of stuff overall. I don't know if he yeah, we haven't seen any of his airplanes other than Spitfire bombers, so I'm not sure if he has anything else there to bring in, but even then, he doesn't have enough on the board anymore to win this game. And there's still 6 Shamrocks, 3 Turhans, Turan Leader, and all the artillery pocket. Like really, if Lossa would turn on his artillery here to fire, like, you don't even have to do it manually, just turn on fire at will, and they will do a good job for you here. Lossa now throwing away units in the south again. Kills the Bofors, Vods unloads. Firefly gets engaged by Pack 40 though, and then should end badly for the Firefly at some point. Gets away here at least. Oh no, rifle leaders, that's not where you want to be. If those Hujarok will annihilate them, yeah. I thought all, okay, but even a single Hujarok squad will win this firefight easily. And more bombers in the north. But yeah, really the AA play out of Pixy lost him the game. Like, where do you come from, Mosquito? Even as Mosquito fighters, which are perfect bomber killers. Like, with Spitfires, I kind of understand why you're hesitant, because they're relatively slow and they're not really resilient. But with these guys, you even can go above the front line and still kill the planes of the enemy effectively. I don't get it. Like, Pixy really threw away this game. Damn. If he has mosquitoes there, it's not like he just got them. He had them available for at least 40 minutes. This is like, yeah, watching this game is so weird. Because yeah, Lossa really grinded his way back into this game, but it was also Pixy bringing in the weirdest compositions of units, like to try to deal with it. It's still doing fine. I mean, it's still 1 hour 20 minutes. Game. He still brought Lossa down to one third of his health, and it always looked like till minute 50. It always looked like he still could come back, but yeah, in the end, yeah, Lossa just due to his airplay and his 38Ts so effectively. That was a 40M in the top, right? Yeah, killing all the Humbers. That was effective. That was a really good. Perry was really doing well there in the early game. If Perry wouldn't have been there, Lossa would have lost this game really early on in the north. I think that was in the north as well. Killing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rifles. Or this was maybe in the town later on. Either one of these two. Well, yeah, killing 8 rifle squads. 1 single infantry units. Not too shabby either. And yeah, here we go. Mr. Gaggly. Killing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Germans. And a ram. And a Humber. And 2 rifle squads. Just casually, 2 more rifle squads. Gaggly is really the MVP of this game, guys. If Gaggly wouldn't have been there, Lossa would have lost this game in minute 25. And Gaggly survived for 20 minutes, holding, or 50 minutes at least, holding the southern flank for Mr. Lossa there. But yeah. Another 38T doing really fine there. Then yeah, the bombers just slowly but surely doing the grind here. A lot more bombers. But yeah, Gaggly and the Perry on the 40M were the 2 MVPs of this game. But let's see how game 2 goes. It was a weird game. I liked it, but it was a weird one. I liked it because it was tense. But yeah, a lot of weird game decisions on both sides. Like the Tyrann spam in the early game, and then the the Shermans running into their deaths, and then the weird choice of not dealing with the air units out of Lovash. Well, rifles are not garbage, but you just, yeah, they're a throwaway unit, but you don't. That doesn't mean you should just, like, yeah, they're a good meat shield and relatively solid in defensive positions. Like yeah, I mean they're cheap. They're like SS Supers or not Ognals, channels. So yeah, they're just there to be a meat shield and doing a bit of fighting on all ranges, and just being cost efficient while being backed up by solid support stuff like Shermans. But if your other Shermans die to 38Ts, then your rifles are in a bit of a pickle. Yeah, like, yeah. What did the mosquito, like, yeah. Where was the bloody Air Force? Like, yeah, that's... Where was the bloody Air Force? Like, that's how those guys felt like. Like, that's British rifles there. That's how it was in this game. And then Lovash bombers coming in. And all the meat shield rifles running for their life. At least they had Bofors gun instead of guys shooting on their rifles. But they also had to fight Ju-88s instead of Ju-87s. So yeah. Don't want to get Hans Zimmer music copyrighted. But yeah, that's that's the way. And then where's at the end, right? Where says it?
Where's the bloody Air Force?
Yeah, that's it. Where is the bloody Air Force? Where is the mosquitoes, guys? Let's have a look into game number 2. Oh, no, we don't want to see Dunkirk history buff. Okay, so let's go for game number 2. Okay, nice. Charles will be around tomorrow. So if any one of you from Group A hears that, he said he will be tomorrow afternoon CET, he will be available. So yeah. Anyone else if he wants to play him. Pretty sure Sean will play him then. And yeah, let's see if any of the other guys wants to play him there as well. Where was the bloody Air Force? I think that should be the line for anyone casting that game on YouTube. I think that, yeah, if I put this on YouTube, that will be only Sean with Lossa versus Pixy, where's the bloody Air Force? Yeah, right, you have mosquitoes in there even. The Canadians have pretty solid air tap, if I remember right. Yeah, good. Mosquito fighters, Spitfires, good great dog fighters. You got mosquito bombers. Oh no, mosquito rocket planes actually. They don't have heavy bombers, but yeah, mosquitoes with napalm doing fine. Mosquitoes with rockets not too great, I think, for 125 points. The availability is also not too great, so you don't want to take these. So yeah, the Spitfire bombers were the right choice. Don't think you want to go for the 230 kilogram bombs though. But the availability is a big difference. So I guess you maybe go for these. But still, wanna get those most. Like, did he only have the 2? No, that's even 3. And if he had them in C phase, he had 9 of them. Yeah. It actually 8. Yeah. So yeah, don't know why he never brought those out. Also, don't get why he never brought out his 35 pounders or something, like, or priests. I guess the A8 tab was fine. I guess he had like 9 Bofors there. He brought them all out and they did fine, but yeah. His Fireflies were weird as well. No, priest ADs could have been useful as well. But yeah. Overall, weird game. Yeah, he changed you don't need 17 pounders. So I guess he changed them all out to 6 pounders when he knew what he was playing against. But let's have a look what we get for map number 2, or are they not playing now? Okay, they will be playing it now. Or in a second. So yeah, we'll be back in a second. So yeah, we'll leave you with in-game music and an ad break. Okay, guys. Wait. Okay, guys. So map number 2 will be Krupa. Let's see if the map is already open. Discard back. Multi. Might cast a game of Tunica afterwards. Probably just. Okay, so they changed factions. And this time it's a heavy tank division against a not so heavy tank division. But still, I mean, Churchills are heavy still, but not that heavy. So it's Lossa with the 15th Scott infantry. And on the right side we have Mr. Soloing Pixy with the big boys, with Ronald Circus, the 21st Panzer Division. Both coming from the Eastern Front, moving all the way just to battle it out on the steppes of Belarusia on a lovely, lovely river map. Imagine all the logistics behind it, guys. Just to give you this game. Moving either through the Reich, or I guess like the way for the 21st is easier than for the 15th. Going all the way to Akalansk and then through the Soviet Union. Not a long trip, or the other way, like maybe through Persia, don't know. But it's for sure a long way. And yeah, I would have liked to see Pixy, I guess, with Maverick in the game before. But on Bobra, I actually give the favor to Lossa. Because he has 17 pounders, and it's a river map, and it's balanced, versus Maverick on a river map. So yeah, Pixy really has to go hard here. So yeah, on the right side, in red, our French player playing the Scots, Lossa. And the left side, in blue, our Russian player playing 21st Panzer Division with the big boys, with the K-10 Tigers, Solo Wing Pixy. Sander, if they don't play their games today, they will be informed. They will be asked why they not played. Usually we give them 1 more week, like that's the rule. We give them usually 1 more week to play the games. Or if like Mr. Charles, whose internet was falling apart, then you even get like till your internet is fixed. Though your opponent will get the victory if you don't play it till the end, because you were not available for them to play. That's their way around. But yeah, both sides don't really then Then I think I forgot to set up a rule set how many points you get for free win. Guess it would still have to be 3 points though for free win. Otherwise it would just be unfair. Especially if you'll get like free wins against the dropout later on. But you're still behind just because you was a dropout. It's not your fault. Sure, the other guy had to win the game against him, but yeah. Not having the chance on first place just because the other guy dropped out, also it's uncool as well. So yeah, I rather don't have a count to that. So far it looks good because all the players showed up. So far, I think the only guy I haven't on. We had one dropout, but instant replacement through Gearhead, who already played his first game as well. So yeah. But yeah, we are waiting here for game number 2 to start. Some Germans already on the map. On the other side, not much just yet. Some flamers, and a lot of stuff in these in the good old British transports. Got the name of them. Oh yeah, CMPs. Just not a one for the French, the DMA. I was like, yeah, it's 3 letters. It's not DMA. Then we got it. It's CMP. It's not the fastest transport. I think it's 80 kilometers per hour. It's not the slowest, not the fastest, but really medium. Faster than the Studebackers, slower than the Opel Blitzes. Can't talk much about the setup just yet, I think. Yeah, so yeah, Pixy Lossa bringing in a lot of stuff in the north. But yeah, it's usually you bring quite a bit around this flag because this is one of the most important river, like all the 3 river crossings are super important. But this was one where if your enemy ain't strong enough, you can actually get a good bridgehead above. But in the middle, it's always hard to get stuff across because there's so many angles from where you can get shot. It's so much open ground to cover. And the southern one is weird as well, of like running into this territory where you can get shot from here, and this tree line also being really good and shooting at it. And over here, it's not that many angles that shoot onto the bridge. If you have a look, only this forest line and this tree line, no fire from the hills or so. You instantly get into a town or into a town with forest around it. I think it's actually a relatively balanced map. Like all the river crossings in the middle. Also on the positions you have are pretty equal for both sides. From my experience, both sides can take the win on this one, and do so. Like on all maps, both sides can take the victory, but on this one really seems to be pretty balanced. No major disadvantage on either side. Okay, no aggressive setup out of Lossa. Didn't expect it though. Expected so anyways. But a really aggressive start of Pixy in the south. But there's quite a bit of stuff for Lossa in the south. Interesting to bring the flamers into the CMD carriers, because usually you want to have your flamers in the front line early on, and not as the last unit arriving. Thanks for the follow, Surgical. More Flamberfers. I think we're really close to 200 followers now. Just really, really nice. Flamberfers, Panzer Grenadiers. And I think 50 of them also we got in the last month. I don't think 50 Scott sucks, but they're really they're good to play. They're not. You don't play them like all the units are different to what you usually have, so you gotta get used to them. Like Churchills, 6-pounders. They're different than your usual AT guns, especially on the Allied side, and your usual tanks on the Allied side. And your rifles are your weird main infantry as well. They're basically going for the defensive setup in the north as well. Let's see who wins the. It's a dangerous set. Yeah, 6-pounder doing really good job here. And Pixy gets the flag over here, but loses the flag elsewhere. Oh, loses the flag over here. Okay. And he loses a lot of units on this river crossing. Not too much of a fan of that, to be honest. No off map, no nothing. Yeah, he lost a lot of units already. I mean, these Zeds at least should be able to get back on the other side of the river, but he has to be careful to not get a lot of his units surrendered over here. Pioneer is in the open, it's also not the spot you want them to be in. You want them to be in a building and throw over their TNT grenade. So yeah, good defensive setup out of Lossa here. And yeah, 6-pounders are really good against Shermans. You have to be careful. Even, yeah, the 3 stars on the Shermans don't save you from AT gunshots. Luckily not the mounts there. I mean, it's only 115, right? Yeah, 150 millimeters, but still, it can penetrate the Sherman. Max range chances ain't too high, but still good. 6-pounders are dangerous AT guns to play against. Solid rate of fire and good penetration values. And yes, not the engagement you want to have either. Yeah, it's back to a 12-12. Every minute going on is a good one for without any ticking. Is a good one for Mr. Lossa here, getting him closer to C phase. The dangerous part for him comes in B space. I guess that's where the King Tigers also all are located for Pixy, where he can bring in 1 King Tiger per minute. And I guess he will play with 4 of them. So that's 4 King Tigers in B phase, I would guess. And that will put a lot of pressure onto Slovak Pixy. I'm pretty sure we will have 17-pounders in B phase to try to deal with that. So the King Tigers have to be careful. Yeah. But he's already, yeah, I already like the position for Lossa here. Stopping the attack in the south, taking away a lot of units of Pixy. So he has to he has to rebuy infantry again, he has to, for a next offensive, has to rebuy half-tracks again. So he cannot just bring in the King Tigers and complement his push with that. He has to build up a whole push force again. That's costly. At least you didn't lose the Sherman in the north, that's important. So yeah, the 3-star Sherman can really help out in fire engagements against infantry there. Gets the flag again on the south, so he finally starts taking down Lossa at least. And yeah, really, that's important. Brings in the Brumbear, interesting choice. And yeah, Lossa keeping the APCR shots for the big boys. This is a real defensive setup. Rather want to see that over here because, yeah, the 6-pounder doesn't really, like, this isn't protecting any important flags. Like, if this flag falls, your game is lost most likely anyways. Or it falls to infantry and then your 6-pounder isn't useful either. I don't actually know how engagement between the Churchill 6 and Sherman looks like. I mean, they're pretty similar in values, like 90, both having 90 penetration and 100 to 105 armor. So I guess it would just be popping onto each other's armor without any kills. Maybe doing a couple of crits, but yeah. Never had that engagement. I think I never saw that engagement before. Churchills versus Shermans. In Steel Division 2 at least, that is. For sure saw it in Steel Division Normandy 44. Yeah, I think Maverick is the perfect choice for 21st, but this is not the perfect map for 21st. Like, it's a solid tank map, I think, because you have the middle. where you can bring in your targets later on. Your King Tigers. And yeah, they're like, you have some open ground if you get there, but it's still not a perfect 21st map, and it's for sure not a perfect Maverick map. Yeah, that's just my 5 cents on this. What's the Honey Stewart's coming in. 2 cents on it. Yeah, 2 cents. From Bear. That's a big boy, and that the 6-pounder can't really penetrate. This has 2,000 meter range, right? Yeah, 2,000 meter range on its 150mm howitzer. So anything infantry like anything meaty coming around has a bad welcome there. Lossa again starting its airplay. Luck 41 coming in this time. Deal with it. Sherman continuing giving fire support. This Sherman must have killed quite a bit of infantry units already. Doing a good job there. I've got killed over here. Alright, German 250/1. Yeah, okay, Lossa really starting his airplay now. But these are not the tank buster rockets. You know from Steel Division 1944. These are just the normal Typhoon rocket planes. So they will not kill King Tigers. Or at least not really. Wait. Is it normal that there is no water in this river? Oh god. Usually there's water in this river, right? Well, guess it's low quality for you. Just turns off the water. Because if it looks like this, you can't drive a tank through that. Well, it might be a bit muddy. So, not perfect, but yeah. So yeah, Pixy at least keeping the 1311, at least taking down Lossa already in A phase, which is good. That's like 10-15% already gone of Lossa's life power. It's not like perfect, but it's at least something. At least you don't, like, you know, brings at least into the territory of like a 30-35 minute game when you bring it up to a +2 tick rate, instead of still having to play for a 40-minute game. Because you really don't want to play a 40-minute game on this map against a guy playing balanced with a Maverick deck. And yeah, here we go. So, no. Okay, I guess in minute 11 will be the first King Tiger hitting the field then. The Shermans down here did a good job in stopping every attempt of Lossa to kill this off. So he still has some infantry left. Brings in some AA as well. Finally forward to wet up the Flak 41. The Grenadier is engaging the Vickers. Vickers dies here. Oh, the MG42 as well, so good kill there. And yeah, let's see what he brings in minute 11. Actually wants the town fight up here as well. Gun jam finally on the Panzer IV. So yeah, this Panzer IV did a lot of work for Pixy. I'm starting to like his position more. He did a lot of good trades lately. Like his rush at the beginning wasn't too great, but at least he has still a foothold on the other side of the river. Like still the bridge is being shut down by a 6-pounder for everything but a King Tiger. Or Frumbear. Frumbear should be able to get over there as well. But yeah, minute 11. What do we get? Yeah, there we go, guys. That's where I expected him to be. The big one. The King Tiger Porsche. 180mm frontal armor. And there's no 17-pounder just yet. Because Lossa has 2 full gaps. Churchill doing pretty fine holding the flag over here though. But yeah, assault pioneers coming in. Getting the kill there. Should be able to deal with the assault stripment together with the Vickers for sure. More assault pioneers coming in into this territory and into the town. But yeah, he needs to get something up to deal with the King Tiger. Now it's minute 12. So now it's time to send in like maybe more Jeopards, like some armored support units if you want to have it. And then in minute 13 you send in the infantry and then they all arrive at the same time in the front line. Because King Tigers take a while to get there. Broombear now engaging the 6-pounder, which is real good for Pixy. Shouldn't lose the Broombear there, and the 6-pounder should die at some point. Ooh, that's the Typhoon AT rockets. Uses it to kill off the Sherman? No. Did he really use it on SD? Oh, the Sherman went down. Okay, so yeah, I think he used it to kill the Sherman off. There's now Panzer Force in the north. It's 14-10 now. I see captures the flag in the north, right? Yeah, but this is still really contested. Another flag 41. So he brings in the AA to protect the King Tiger. Yeah, that's what I expected. That's the right choice. And then, yeah, next minute bring in some infantry. Then start the assault at minute 14, minute 15, and really start to get the clock ticking. Try to get to this flag. Good run there out of the Typhoon ATs. If these Panzer Grenadiers get surrendered, makes the life much harder for Pixy. And it kinda looks like it. Yeah, these Panzer Grenadiers should be surrendered in a second. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, that makes the life a lot harder for Mr. Pixy. Brings in some SDKF, but please also, oh, he brings in infantry in the middle. Ah, I would have liked to see them in the south. Yeah, the SDKF sets are a good addition as well, but they are not completely what you need here. You already have enough fire support with the Shermans and the Broombears. But you need some infantry, some pioneers or something to get into this. Actually gets he gets a flag over here, so he gets this flag again. It's a 59. And yeah, now Lossa has to realize he needs something to deal with this, and air might not cut it because there's a flag peeling, a Gepard, and a flag 41 coming in. And yeah, King Tiger gets his first victim in the form of a Churchill 6. And here we go. That's the real intense phase of the game now. The next 5 to 10 minutes will decide about the fate of this game. And Lossa will take the 2-0 victory here, or if Pixy will tie it up. Yeah, this is a real important game for both of these players. Because it's a tough group. So yeah, getting up to 4 points for Lossa with his first 2 games would be really, really nice for him. Assault Pioneers engaging over here. Didn't get the flag back here. Yeah, it's a 59 now, it's 10 minutes timer. King Tiger, SDKFZ, and he doesn't have any infantry AT. That's one of the big issues of Canadians and 15 Scud. Not having a lot of Piats and stuff on your infantry units, and Piats also don't kill King Tigers frontally. Yeah, the motorized rifles would be nice to have in this town to at least deal with spray wagons. Spray wagons are open top vehicle. We won't have them too close. There. They actually might get killed by grenades. But yeah, this looks dangerous. 17 pounders finally hit the ground. And motorized rifles, but they come in too late. Don't think he will get into this town anymore. I think by the time these guys arrive, Pixy should be on this corner. Brings in more pioneer. Are this half tracks? No. What the? Okay. How fast are these things actually? It's 80. Okay, they're actually fast transports. I never saw anything coming in, like infantry coming in this heavy transport vehicle. I guess the KFZ-10. Usually you see like heavy AT guns or AA guns followed by these things. Yeah, 17 pounder coming in, 6 pounder coming in. Yeah, it would be good for Lossa to get this flag back. Gives him a lot more time. As of now, he only makes it slightly into safe phase, so he has to get it back to a 12-12. If he could make it to like minute 30, now it's minute 33, so he has to bring it back to 12-12. That's much better. So this flag was important for him, and now that also forces Pixy to move forward in the south harder and maybe make mistakes. Already lost all his SDKFZs there. It's good. Wait, okay, there's still a CMD. It looked like the engineers have armor. I was a bit confused by that. Yeah, good usage of the of the airplay where there's still no AA. Like 41 coming up there now as well though. So he has to be careful. Ooh, he doesn't know there's no infantry here. Okay, this is not really helpful. Yeah, it looks like Pixy will be able to get to this flag. AT rocket plane kills it off his own units, goes down, but also kills the German at least. So yeah, the Gepard, the flag fueling, and the flag 41, and you flying in low doesn't sound like a healthy combo. Loses, yeah, this factor. No, it doesn't even shut down the road, but yeah, it's still dangerous. Playing off halfbacks here. Another German to help out with that as well. And Pixy gets back into this position up here. EC might be, yeah, gets the kill here. But there's another King Tiger here. Off map coming in. Want to be careful with your King Tiger if it's got pinned down and everything around it as well. The AUC might come in and just surrender it. So there's 2 King Tigers. No, there's 3 King Tigers. There's one at every bridge. So yeah, Pixy really turning up the heat now onto Lossa, and I don't think Lossa is ready for this. Bringing in the Crocodile and another 17 pounder. There's the 17 pounder stuff actually. Okay, over here. Try Polston. Helping out with the infantry engagement. But yeah, only getting to minute 25 is not enough. You want to get deeper into this game as Mr. Lossa to deal with this. To get your artillery park up, to get your infantry up, your AT up. Maybe get a couple more Churchill 4s. This Brumber should be dead. Or not. No, there it goes. Okay, Brumber down. There's again no artillery out of Pixy, but this time his AA is much better. And yeah, the King Tigers are dangerous beasts to deal with. Okay, so yeah, up to 10 minutes, that's 30 minutes, but yeah, every time it goes up to 2-time tick rate, it's really bad for Lossa. Because even minute 30 now looks like he will not be super ready till then to push back. And it still is always on the brink of him losing another flag and going down to double tick to only 5 minutes on the timer now. 17 pounder over here. And yeah, King Tiger. Smoke it off. Or do something. A lot of rifles coming in. Don't know where this Crocodile is. Okay, Crocodile is going directly onto the field. There's still King Tiger there. Funny Stewart might want to somehow go into position where it can deal defensive grenadiers without getting killed by the King Tiger. Crocodile opening fire. Lots more rifles coming in. King Tiger down here retreated a bit. Now it's solving Pixy off map again. Not a perfect off map though. A lot of rifles doing rifle stuff. And yeah, the off map of Lossa is still alive. Don't know if he has one more left though. Might have been the last one last time. I might have missed the first one. I only saw two, but I think I might have missed the first one. Off map down here would be nice to deal with the AA. And then bring in the planes. But that's a costly setup. But if you could deal with the AA and then kill the King Tiger in the south, there's not much to stop. Like, he has a lot of units just to contain. And yeah, now he loses stuff in the middle. Because this container is really expensive. At least there's not too much AA in the middle, so yeah, this plane run should be able to cross the flag, lose the flag over here as well, due to the off map. So yeah, this is really good for Pixy. It's only 3 minutes 30, and yeah, even if he brings it back now, it's still not a lot of time for Lossa. As it goes down to 2 minutes, it will only be 4 minutes afterwards, and 4 minutes is not enough either here, I guess. Kills off a lot of stuff. Should be able to get this flag back, but I don't see how he gets this flag back in the next couple of minutes without the off map. Things in planes again, but there's AA now. Yeah, there's too much AA. This plane should go down, yep. I think it will end up in a tie between these two guys, so Group A stays interesting. And we really have to wait for the Pixy Sean game there to get any better predictions in about who might win Group A. And who might also advance out of it. Because yeah, it's 59. Getting this flag back will be so hard. Getting any other flag, yeah, this flag is also super hard with the King Tiger there. Back. We'll try to push it back in the south, I guess. But yeah, without off map or more artillery support, that shouldn't be possible. And yeah, as I said, even if he gets one more flag back, it's still not a lot of time left. Might kill off the AA here though, and then he could kill this. But then he still had to get these two flags here. Yeah, only 1 minute 30. 1 minute 50. Yeah, it's even under 4 minutes if he gets it back, one more flag, so... tough times for Lossa here. And really slowly and methodically push out a Pixy, and I think this is playstyle he likes, and that he's good with. That's why I was a bit confused seeing him with balanced. And yeah, also didn't really enjoy his balanced gameplay in game 1. Because yeah, his early game is always really good. And his mid game is also solid. He knows what to do there. But his late game just looked pretty wild. Like he didn't really knew what to do there. 1 minute down for Pixy. Another off map coming in for soloing. That should be it. How important are KTs on this? Like, every game with 21st you need KTs. Doesn't matter the map, you need your KTs for the support of the pushes. And just to force the enemy to have to react to it. But otherwise you just roll over. And yeah, there goes Lossa surrender. KTs are really important also for crossing the bridges later on. And yeah, Lossa being actually a bit more cost efficient here, but just not having the tools you needed on the right spot to capture the flags back. Really good setup there by Mr. Solving Pixy. And yeah, that means we have a tie here. And let's have a look into... There's another game going on now, I think. Or not. Okay. So Tunica versus... Okay. Otherwise I would have casted Tunica versus von Paulus right now, but yeah, they are not set up, or they at least have not. They don't have spectator mode on, so we will turn it out the stream now, I think. Well, let's have a look. So we have this. No, okay, yeah. We will turn off the stream now, guys. Thanks a lot. Let's have a look if we can rate anyone. Yeah, actually, let's send you to someone playing the Panzer Corps, who is also a really funny guy. Let's send you over to Benjamin Magnus Games. He's a really cool guy. Yeah, we will rate him in a couple of minutes, in a couple of seconds. So have fun over there, guys.